Hi everyone, this is Cami. I just wanted to walk you through Blackboard and get you ready to start off this semester. Welcome to Intermediate Accounting. In this first page on Blackboard that you should be taken to immediately will be your announcements. I'll send you out an announcement weekly just to tell you what you should be working on, and if there are any other information that you need to know, it will show up here. So please check this regularly because this is really the best way I have to contact you about anything. In this next tab over here, you'll see your syllabus and your schedule. When you have time, go ahead and walk through this full syllabus here. A couple things that I do want to show you. Open it up for you. Again, when you have time, read through the whole thing. Some things I do want to point out. First of all, my information's in here. You can also find it under your faculty information. I do have an office phone number here, but the best way to reach me is through email, and I will get back to you as soon as possible, usually within a day. The next thing I do want to kind of discuss with you are the book. In this course, we will be using the Intermediate Accounting with Wiley. This is already included in your tuition. You will have access to everything immediately, the ebook and the homework system. Please do not opt out, as you'll have to pay full price to get back into the course. Finally, the grading information will be doing 12 assignments of homework. We have some adaptive learning, which are labeled here as quizzes. They're more like learning assignments, so they're not technically like testing your ability. It's just helping you learn the material. I have 12 practice assignments that I walk you through a video of each of them and then have you do something very similar. And then we have 3 exams at 150 points, as well as just some small orientation assignments, and finally an expand your knowledge project. This project takes one of the chapters. You just pick one of them to do, and it's something that interests you. Then you're going to learn a little bit more about that assignment, and I'll show you a little bit more about that in Blackboard. The rest of this information, again, you can read through. Make sure you look at all the college information and what is available to you, and especially the resources here at Harper. Get back into Blackboard. The most important part of that syllabus I pulled out and I copied here, and these are your due dates. I do have everything set in yellow here that are your due dates. I highly recommend that you work on this chapter by chapter, like one chapter a week, just to make sure you keep up. There's a lot of information in each of these chapters, and I know it's going to be difficult if you fall behind. But I do realize most of us are all working adults, and we have a lot of things on our schedules that we need to move around, and some weeks are tougher than others, which is why I have everything set for due dates all by units. But please don't fall behind, because once you do, it's really hard to catch up. So we'll have those units all with our due dates, and then that project will be due Thanksgiving week. It gives me a little bit of time to grade it, and also so you kind of know where you're at before you take that final exam. But again, this project, you'll see in the announcements, can be done at any point in time. So if you know you're traveling or have family in for Thanksgiving week, you can work on that beforehand. Finally, my faculty information. Again, my email is here. That's the best way to get a hold of me. I am in the office, but if you're going to want to request a meeting time, let's schedule that so I can make sure I don't have any other meetings going on or anything else, so I can be there for you. Most of your information is going to be here in your learning modules. The first one is the orientation, where you're going to see the video, and then introduce yourself to the class and a discussion board. And then here I do, this is worth 5 points. This chapter 0 homework, you shouldn't have to read or do anything before you do that. This is just kind of a review of your introduction to accounting course to make sure you're kind of set and ready to take that course. So get this done, again, worth 5 points, and a little video in here on how to use your ebook and the advantages of that. In each of the chapters, then you'll see a link to read the chapter. You'll see the Wiley videos that explain in detail the chapters. I have my practice help here. You can download these files and walk through it with you. I go through some of the homework. I give you some test questions that relate to the homework, because a lot of times people find that the hardest thing is I can do the homework, but then you put it in a multiple choice and it's a little difficult. So go through that video. Then you're going to do the practice homework. Again, this is worth points even though it's labeled practice, but this is exactly like the video that's given. Then you'll work on some more homework and take that quiz. It's a learning quiz. You'll be able to see and assess where you're at in that chapter. So each of those chapters are set up the same. There's a folder for each chapter in those learning modules. On exam weeks, you can come here and take your exam. The exam has a folder for all your study materials. You'll see I have a practice exam. I have some study guides, some flashcards. The Wiley course resources has a lot of good information you can use. The exams, you have 90 minutes to take, so I recommend you take some notes and actually study, even though it's open book, open note, because 90 minutes you will not have enough time to Google everything on this exam. It's 50 questions, all multiple choice. Here's that tab for the project. Again, you only have to pick one. You have 3 options here. So go through, and when you're reading those chapters, see if something piques your interest, and timing wise, what works well with your schedule. So there's one in chapter 4, which is unit 1, one in chapter 6, which is unit 2, and then chapter 10. And finally, that discussion board, the only one I have here that's worth points. It's just something that we can get to know each other in. And then sometimes this homework gets a little bit difficult and you want some answers immediately. And you can just work with your classmates here to work through something in your homework. You can always email me, but I will not monitor this chat. So if your classmates can't help you, feel free to email me or do both and see who gets back to you faster. In Wiley course resources, you'll see here, you just have a lot of different options by chapter. So here's that 0 homework. It'll give you a review of that. But again, just a ton of different options that you can walk through and learn. If you like videos, if you like crosswords, everything you can imagine in here. So if you need a little bit more information on a chapter, you can start there. And then finally, the 5-minute accounting videos. These are Accounting 101. Sometimes you need a little refresher in a certain topic. Feel free to find that topic on here, play these 5-minute videos, and hopefully that will get you a reset on that topic. If not, always reach out for help. So that should be everything that you need in the course. If you have trouble navigating Blackboard or have additional questions, please let me know. I look forward to working with you this semester.